and I was one of the few children in this building. And actually I was very friendly with a couple of professors who didn't have any children, and they always asked me to come over, and they always allowed me to read books that my mom would never let me read. And yet when I rang the doorbell, there was nobody there. It's like the whole house was empty. And so as we walked away from the building, and I looked back, and I saw that every window in my apartment house, behind the lace curtains, our neighbors were peering, looking at us. But nobody had the guts to say goodbye. Nobody said anything. And we walked away, we walked through the narrow street of the beautiful city of Krakow, and there were children and young people lined up, throwing mud at us, it was March, and yelling, "Good riddance, Jews, don't ever come back." And you know, the ghetto was, they built a wall around the ghetto, so there was an entrance on top of the walls with barbed wire, and of course there was guard housing for the guards, and there were Polish policemen, German soldiers, and there were some Jewish people who became policemen, and they were called Ordnungsdienst, which actually meant that they were supposed to keep things in order. And I remember walking into the apartment house where we were supposed to go, walk up 4 flights of stairs in a very, very old building where the bathrooms were outside, and we walked into the small kitchen, and I remember I had just seen the movie Before the War of Snow White in the 7 Dwarfs, and I walked into the kitchen, and the kitchen was so tiny. There was a sink that was so low and so tiny that I remember I said to my mom, "Well, that was made for the dwarves. How can we use it?" And then we walked into the first bedroom, and there was already 2 families there, and